but my phone was just saying, hey, it just kept going cycling and never really telling me that I was going. And so I shut down the app, started it back, and it said, hey, do you want to resume? Great feature, right? And so that's what I chose. So here we are. Because of that little bauble, I don't have quite all my lights on. There we go. And I am going to see if I can get a hold of the name on my Chromebook nearby here, and that way I can see your questions easier. Hey, Alex. All right. Welcome. Alex, I have your very cool splash right here. Enjoy it quite a bit. Refined Edge is here as well. Anybody hear that echo? Okay, there we go. Now I can see you folks. Thank you so much for jumping in. Alex, thanks for asking. Hey, Jay. Um, you know what? That's right. Man, RE, man. Yeah, you usually miss them. I'm glad you got to join in. Jason's there. Very cool. Um, my nose. We've had the series recently about soap bases that I'm using while I can't smell very much. I think I'm really at 95%, something really good. I was able to play around with the Sea Spice Lime from uh, Seaforth, from Spearhead, and I was able to pick out some of the underlying notes. And oh, Jason, I'm glad to help, man. Very glad it was helpful. Sure thing. And the lime is just that first big note on the sea spice lime, of course, and it's meant to be. But then there are these underlying pieces that once that sea spice lime starts to back off, maybe the second pass, at least how that's how it worked for me. Then these other pieces, the green and blue notes and things like that. I was talking about that during my use of it. And I think it was Warren who jumped in on the comments and said, "Yeah, man, if you're smelling those pieces, he sees those as well. If you're smelling those pieces too, then maybe your nose is back in full force." And so I hope that's the case. That's really cool. All right. Hey, let's see. I need to now where on my Chromebook here can I put it so I can always see you guys? KG is here as well. Alex, I do not have any thoughts on the sebum soaps. I have never tried those. I've heard about them. I've seen them being used a little bit. I've seen them out there, in photos and stuff, but I have no experience with those. Now, the awesome Michael Friedberg sent me some stuff out of the generosity of his heart. And one little small request he said he would love if I did a live shave with his stuff. He'd love it if I gave him an alert because he would love to interact with me as we use it. And so if he shows up, we'll use the brush he sent me and the razor he sent me. And if he doesn't show up, we've got a wonderful second string. But something that we are going to be using today, I got you might have seen the mail call video maybe a week or two ago, and I got 5 of these zoologist soaps. I already had Rhino and Civet, which I so love the scent on, and this is one of the ones that I had never had before. I'm going to try it today. Pretty much unused. Oh man, that's nice. Now I looked it up, and Christian Carbonell is the nose behind this scent creation on Zoologist part, and of course Chiseled Face is the company that did the base for this. And my understanding, my reading of the ingredients and look at a little quick search online was that this is a different base than uh, his normal base, and so we'll be having fun with this. I remember Good Things from the Rhino soap that was the last one I used, but it's been a while. These jars are so awesome. Paladin Shaving uses these jars too. They're hefty. Man, they could kill somebody. They are studly and big. All right. Um, so I think it really is. It really is. Now, I mean, obviously, somebody has put forth some energy and effort into designing this in an intelligent way. I was thinking about another one, another soap right here. This one is Master Soap Creations, and I believe this is one that Alex sent me, and I'm looking forward to trying it real soon. But this is obviously not a company that has spent too much time in the graphic arts department, and so they're probably focusing on a good quality soap. I noticed that Pasteur's Pharmacy has carried several of these scents, so obviously this soap company has got a nice following in certain parts of the world. And I'm really looking forward to trying this out. You know, I've been diagnosing this smell and smelling it frequently. There are definitely some commonalities that I'm sensing here. But this one maybe wasn't quite designed. This blockiness here. I mean, they've got this cool most wanted thing, but then it's kind of interrupted by these pieces. But you know what? As long as they are majoring in the performance of the soap and it's a nice, friendly, enjoyable scent, then that's fine with me, right? All right. All right, a nice tub or bowl with a lid. Refined Edge is wondering about a recommendation for those. I've got a bunch of the ones I have that I use. It just came from older soaps. You can, of course, go vintage with an Old Spice mug, and then you can have 3D printed a lid for that. You know, if you want to go that route, because like he says, he's got some refill pucks that didn't come with a container, that sort of thing. Saponificio Veracino. Now, I'm a big SV fan as well, and if you really like the SV soaps, I recommend sticking with their bowls. They have that alderwood bowl that has the lid to it. They have that weird square. At one point they had a square one that was it was round on the inside, but the outside was square. It seemed very strange to me, but I've gotten used to it. So if you're an SV fan, I think that's the way to go. However, I did put a Saponificio Veracino soap once in the type of this type of container right here. It does fit in this type of PET G container that you can get from places like Maggard and that sort of thing. Barrister and Mann uses this for their reserve soaps, and Mammoth, I think, right, use this for some of their soaps. You may have to trim a little bit off the soap and then push it into the sides because this is wider than that. There's a Kingsley brand of containers on um, like eBay and online. That's a nice little wooden bowl. Oh, matter of fact, I've got that one right here. It's not very expensive, but actually, I have a Tundra Arctica Saponificio Veracino in here, and I did have to kind of trim that just a little bit. But I mean, it's not expensive, and so you can go as cheap as this. I think this was $9 or $12 on eBay, and it looks to last a nice long time. But obviously, you can go more expensive if you want with the SV bowl, that sort of thing. Yeah, Cooper and French. You don't hear too much of it. I sure enjoyed the goat's milk version. For the Old Spice. The old goat. Refined Edge has ordered some samples of their more normal soap base. I'm interested in seeing how they are when he reports back on that one. Thank you, KG. All right, now I'll bet Mr. Friedberg is busy today. He hasn't chimed in that I know of, so we are going to go with the non-Friedberg version of today's shave, and we'll do another live shave some other time and do his stuff. So what we're going to do is, and this could be very interesting for you guys because this is a new thing that is going to be coming out on my channel. I don't think I've published any of those videos yet. I published a little bit on a delay, and so this is kind of a preface. Now I've got it on a T-BAM handle. This is a Wolfman. This is the Wolfman WR3. So James at up in Canada there has come up and decided to do a single edge razor. And did I save? We've got these vintage single edges, kind of like this. Exactly, KG, gem blade. Now you'll notice, where does the weight lie on these guys? This one pretty balanced. You've got the midpoint here. Some of it's behind, some of it's in the front. And so this is a little easier to manage. I've done 2 shaves with this already. And as you can see, it's very forward heavy. Now, is it aggressive? Well, I think it's going to depend on your angle and those kind of things. I was able to keep a small blade angle, and I was very happy with the comfort in general. It can still bite you, but I was able to get a comfortable shave with no irritation after the fact. So with care, it can do very well for at least me and probably most other guys. Most other guys have more tough skin than I do. And so I got a feeling it would really apply to other people as well. But it's definitely not going to be in that category of mild razors, at least in my opinion. And so I had used an actual, this is on loan to me from HD Shaves. And he sent it around to a few people to evaluate. And he was so kind to ask if I was interested in it as well. And so it came to me, and I'm going to be extra special care with it before I pass it back to him. And I had been using the H2 handle. This is my handle because it came with a Darwin handle. If you guys don't know, um, the Darwin handle is kind of a throwback to an older design. And it's not for me. Where I hold the razor naturally is this little small part, and it just doesn't give me very much grip. And so I don't feel in control with that one. And so I did 2 shaves with my H2 handle. This is not a hollow version, and so it felt too heavy. When I switched over to this titanium handle from T-BAM, as I was just kind of doing some dummy movements like this, it felt better. And so I'm interested to see if it feels in more control than when I had the heavier handle. That'll be very interesting to see. So let's load this guy up. And who knows, if Michael joins it soon enough, we might switch gears. And of course, this is on loan, and so I'm going to keep that little nylon washer in play and keep everything as pristine as possible. This blade has had 3 uses on it. And so before I go that, let me show you guys. So it's very simple. He didn't go with anything complicated on that face here. Now inside, you can see how he's hollowed it out a little bit. You can see this area contacts the blade. Man, we're talking excellent clamping here. The blade is just not going to vibrate or move or flex or even make very much noise at all. So we are talking about significant clamping here. There's a tiny little post that goes in that dot in the middle of the blade, in the hole there, to keep everything aligned properly. I think I'm on 25 uses with the PTFE blade. I can't remember. I don't think it's gonna go 100 like I'm able to do with DE blades. It's just different makeup. It's thicker, a different material, that sort of thing. And so I don't expect it lasting a super long time. But yeah, I do have one, and this is not it. I do have one that is my marathon PTFE blade, and we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see. I definitely enjoy using it in my saber. That's more comfortable for me for that type of blade. So it is an open comb. And then again here, this plate area here that the blade is going to be flat upon, sitting on it right there. And so there's that bottom clamping. And then we have a ridge back here that of course matches up with these 2 sections here. Oh, and look, he added 2 small posts here and 2 small indentions on the inside right there to just, make the alignment perfect. James is awesome. So to put it together, it's a little bit less stable than a typical single edged razor. You just pop it open, set the blade in, slowly, controllably close it down. You're good to go, right? Well, this guy, it's fine, but it just takes, you got to be careful with it. And I don't want to drop this head, so I'm going to be extra careful with it. So you take the edge and you push it down. At least this is how I'm doing it. You push the blade down to the stops, and then you let the center rest on that little post. And if you do it that way, I've had very good results. And then just gently, so you don't move the blade, put the top cap in place. So the saber has that post going through that hole through the blade, and that's a really revolutionary design. I do, after two shaves, my first impression with this razor is that I prefer the saber. Um, but HD Shaves loves this this WR3, and I don't blame him. It's neat. You can see it's kind of, he cut away. There's a little bit of a hollow there to save on weight, that sort of thing. All right, very good. So this will be the fourth use of this blade. And we will use the big brush. I switched to a different mug. This big 35 millimeter Thader. This thing takes up the whole mug and would probably take up a bigger one if I wanted it to. I mean, it's still dripping water. You know, this is a 35 millimeter two band brush. We'll be using that today. Now, because I'm going to be trying to fit that big brush into this little tub, yeah, seriously, it's huge. I am going to change tactics a little bit and not put the knot in there and just try to rub it around or something. And so we're going to get my little quarter teaspoon measure here. And I'm going to get a rounded amount here, just in case the hugeness of the knot, you know, kind of eats some of the soap. I generally haven't found that to be the case, but just in case, we'll do that. So, no, I don't really plan on buying the WR3, you know, saving up and doing that. Um, I just enjoy the DEs so much, and I have a saber that I probably like a little bit better as I'm here smoothing pressing the soap down into the bottom of the bowl. But man, what a privilege to try it out. Thank you, HD Shaves. All right. Now, this has got a little bit of firmness to it. And so I'm going to make sure that these chunks are pressed down. Oh, yeah. Man, what a great scent. To describe the scent, I wrote down the notes. It says it opens with a little bit of florals, like from osmanthus, magnolia, lily, and mandarin. Zachary, you're not too late. Just a little bit of talking. We haven't really started too much. I'm putting the soap in the bowl. Man, I should have gotten myself a little bit of water. I might have to go find some in just a minute. So the top notes there are those florals with the mandarin. And the intention was for that to be a happy medley to inspire joy. And then you start to pick up on the bamboo and green leaves, and peeking out from behind those, kind of in the midpoint of the shave, or hopefully some jasmine, amber, musks, that sort of thing. We'll see what pops out, and then hopefully you end up, they say, in a tranquil oasis. Obviously, an oriental scent from the name Panda, and so we'll see if we end up that in that kind of place. Got a little bit of soap on my finger. Let's not waste it, right? All right. So, Refined Edge said, mentioned B13 seems higher loft, and my Bo 14 is as well. I am really glad that some of his newer knots don't have quite as much backbone as some of the other recent ones. I spoke to somebody just today, and he said that the 14 has just a little bit more backbone than the 13. Refined edge, would you agree with that? In your opinion? Let me know about that. That'd be great. Let me get some water on my face. Hey, the injectors. I want to show you the cool injectors that I've had come in. I got a little short black handled guy like that. This is the one I've had for a while. Shaves great. And then a couple of the novelty ones from Schick, the tennis racket handle, and the stick shift. I got this in just this past week. The stick Schick. Pretty cool. I'm pumped to bring an injector series to you guys. All right, so face is wet. And let's get this knot going. Shake a lot of the water out. Oh, okay. So Refined Edge does not have experience with the 13. 14. Very soft. Yeah, he think. Yeah. Jay, nicely said. Guys, I'm gonna point you down while I work up the lather. Now with just a little bit of mixing, look at the airiness, the high structure frothiness there. But as we know, that'll probably go away very shortly. There's this cool website about the injectors, and so it's listing some of them, and I'm going by that because you can often find them for just a few for several dollars. Now if you want to pay $25 for each one of these vintage injectors, then you can then instantly get your collection, but that's not what I'm about. I can't do that. Hey, here's a longer handle one right here, and then there's another one that looks just like this but has a black handle. I picked up that one as well for a nice low price. And then let's go ahead and, I didn't start out with 40 milliliters. That's just the brush's water. So I'm going to take my water supply here and 40 milliliters. Just going to go ahead and add a good bit there. I need to get a bigger bowl. This brush actually makes this one look kind of small. This is the only brush I've ever had that's caused a little bit of overflow with this brush, with this bowl. You know, the florals are not really jumping out in a ladylike way. I'm not actually oh no, I just got a hint of the mandarin, so that's not a strong note here. It's just a little hint. And so it seems like all these opening notes are really working in concert with each other. A nice little blend. You know what? As a in the description of this scent, I read to you the osmanthus, the magnolia, lily, and mandarin, and that was listed in their kind of user-friendly description. And then down the page, they had the top notes listed. And see, apple and tea were notes listed there, but they didn't put that in the prose part. And I'm actually picking up the apple. It's a very faint note. I like it in here. I think it's great. It's playing with everything very well. Definitely not gourmand. It's not, you know, kitschy and themey, you know. Jay, there we go. Ranch sugar daddians. Yes, yes. Pass the Kool-Aid around, my children. Lather's looking great. Hey, I've got a guy that I've been chatting with on Reddit, and he um, is in another country, almost certainly. And there's a company named Bundu Beard or something like that. And he has, I'm guessing he might be in a country where it's, shipping is different and or cumbersome. And he was able to get some soaps from that one. And he has one called Gentle Giant, and it's got beeswax in it. And I don't know what percentage the beeswax is there, um, is in there, but that I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons why he might be having a little trouble getting a good lather. But we're working on it. Well, this is a big old brush. Plenty of lather here. Let's add just a little more. Yeah, because I mean, this feels nice and creamy on my face, but I bet it'll feel like it needs a little more water. Haven't added too much yet. .35 millimeter knot. Guys, that's crazy. So I have, I think, 4 soaps left on my little scent ones. On my soap bases that don't have too much of a scent. Looking forward to playing around with those. Had a good time shaving recently with the gold docs. And I think we might have arrived here, gentlemen. Look at that. Good looking stuff, I think. Well, it's a Friday night. People have come and gone, and that is just fine. I'm here. Thank you, KG. I'm here for fun, enjoying you guys, and if people come and go, then that is okay. All right, Panda is smelling great. Definitely not feminine at all. Now let's see if we're picking up any notes yet, any other notes. I definitely smell that there are some florals there, but like I said, they seem to be kind of working in conjunction, in tandem with other pieces. Bamboo. Do I know what bamboo smells like? Amber? Musks? I'm not really picking up on too much musk quite yet. We'll see if that develops later. All right. Get my face wet one more time and then we'll go at it. Normal 24-hour of growth today. Look at it. It takes up my whole face. Like my whole neck down here. I put this brush on my face and then wiggle my face a little bit and everything's done, right? Right, that's right. Those omegas, they are big. They have a big loft, and this might be the only brush that makes them sit in the back, makes them sit in the back of the class. And right now, this is a nice formula here. I've got tons of, it seems kind of concentrated. I'm going to add a little bit more water. One of the great things, and I didn't see this coming, this was a surprise to me, because the knot is so huge, you can add water to it, and a lot of the water will stay in the knot. The smaller ones, it's a little easier for the water to just kind of pass through the knot when you have to add some directly to the brush. Now, it's an interesting question. Would I pay retail on this brush? I got it at quite a deal. Would I pay retail if I didn't get a good deal on this one? I think time will tell because I really am enjoying it. Nice soft tips. They're not jelly, but they're soft. And it's big, and there's just nothing like it. Jay says, do you have a favorite day to shave? Mine's Sunday morning, no rush. Well, as a night shaver, man, every night is no rush. That's the benefit there for me. Yeah, wow. I did not need to use this much product. I'm still raking soap out of the brush. Um, the Friday and Saturday nights are a little better because on other nights I'm often trying to get some work done for the next work day or something like that. And so inevitably Friday and Saturday nights are a little even more relaxed. Yeah. Jay, yes, yes. Well, I don't have too much of a social life as far as that goes. If that ever changed, then I might have to change my schedule. I don't have a if I spent money on beer, I'd have to sell some razors. Dude, yeah, Zesty. Hey man, I am generating lather like a champ here. Look at all the extra kind of the peripheral lather here, the goatee. It's a good lather too. This is I kind of wish Chiseled Face made this their OG base. Yeah, man. Refined Edge, it is a nice way to wind down at the end of the day. I especially like it when it's not the last thing I do right before I go to sleep. Often it is because I try to fit so much into my day. But if I can do it earlier, like 9 or 10, and then I really like sitting at my computer or bed and read or whatever before I go to bed, and I have that nice stuff going on around me, like the scent and all that. Yeah. Oh, Jay, I drink alone, lol, and watch shaving videos. Nice, nice. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Man, I did not need to use a rounded quarter teaspoon. I did not. Zesty, man. I appreciate that. All right. Well, this lather feels great. Um, let's just kind of, I've got tons of it. Why don't we just kind of put a little, uh, fill in the gaps there. All right. Now, here we go, guys. Hey, Zesty, I believe you may have missed the razor here, the WR3, James's venture into single edge. KG is exactly right. Wise words. Wise words. It's hard to go back once you've had a really wet lather. All right, so 24 hours of growth, a Gem PTFE blade inside the WR3. The blade has had 3 uses. The handle is titanium. So far, in just my manipulation of the razor, I'm liking the lighter handle than the kind of stocky H2 stainless steel from Wolfman. Yeah, man. Some people might not like its look, and it's definitely not as pretty as, in my opinion, as like the WR2. Now I'm going to keep a small blade angle, and so far that has rewarded me with a close and also comfortable shave, but it does bite if you kind of lose focus. Man, this is a great scent. I like this a lot. I wish it weren't so hard to get. I wish everybody could enjoy it, but maybe there's that oriental genre that there are some other soaps in, right? That maybe we could venture into, get some samples, try them out, that sort of thing. Pretty fast. Uh, Good movement on the razor. The lather's a little thick, and so that caused a little bit of slowness, but it should be okay. And now, because I'll be adding extra water to my face, the lather should get even better. Get down and get my face wet. Left a little extra standing water because I know we've got a concentrated lather here on in the brush and in the bowl. Don't have to work it like this because we've already done that on the first pass. However, this is me enjoying and savoring the brush. That's why I do more than just lay down a layer at this point. I did not expect to enjoy this big brush in this way, and it's because it's so easy to move around. It's because it's huge, but it's so flexible. And the tips are really not, they're not jelly, but they're still very soft. It does kind of look like an optical illusion, doesn't it? That's because I have a floor lamp down there that's pointed up into the corner. Um, yeah. Hey, Refined Edge, Roger that, man. You take care too. See you next time. That's right. That's my little. Oh, you know what? I've been eyeballing like a white erase board to put back here to to make illustrations and to have graphics if I need to, especially when we're talking about the top cap, the base plate, and where the blade might be in relation to exposure and gap and that sort of thing. I think a visual illustration might really help. All right, so lathered up for pass two. Here's the razor, and yeah, very comfortable. This blade did bite a little bit. I experienced a little tugginess the first time I used it because I was shaving off 3 days of growth. So I think these particular blades don't enjoy that, don't do that as gracefully as the DE blades. But when I've been working on just 1 day of growth, it hasn't had a problem at all. I am enjoying much more so this lighter handle. It's easier for me to manipulate the razor securely. So this is interesting. I don't think I've had another razor that has behaved and felt so different when I have switched to a lighter handle. I played around. I played around with the Gem carbon steel blades just a little bit, but man, they bit. They were very, very rough for me, and so I did not play around with them for very long. I do have some, and maybe my saber might be a good one to try for those carbon steel blades. But no, I haven't played around with them very much just for that reason of them being quite rough. All right, there we go. That's that second pass. And water on the face. Yeah, yeah, KG, exactly. Felt like scrapes or like pulling glass across your skinned knee. That's what it felt like. It was so bad. Man, I've got so much lather here. See, I told you. Um, this is a thought I've had with this big brush. I haven't really changed too much in my loading times or things like that because honestly, if you combine in the bowl here when you're using it the soap in the water properly, then you don't have a lot of concentrate in the brush. And so the face latherers like to have a lot of concentrate, and nothing wrong with that. But with a big brush, they have to load a lot more soap. because it can hide that stuff. But when you mix it properly, you don't really need much extra soap, even when you've got a big brush like this. You saw that it wasn't quite a half a teaspoon, but it was more than a quarter. And this is the third pass. It's going to have probably another pass left in the brush. And then I've got three more passes here in the bowl. And this isn't even watered down, how I might normally like it. So when mixed properly, a big knot doesn't have to use up a bunch more soap. I feel like I have gone hunting and I've captured a bear, and I've like grabbed his tail and I'm now using it to shave with. Oh man. Okay. Zesty has he's got some carbon SE blades, and he looks like he'll get around to them eventually. People say they're sharper, and in theory, maybe because they don't have that coating, they may be sharper, technically speaking. But I'll bet because of uh, the Teflon coating, I think it makes us perceive it as actually sharper because it's sharper with more control and more comfort instead of just raw sharpness. That's just my guess here. Bear tail knot. There we go. Yes, yes. We need to pick something that even PETA doesn't like, and make knots out of that. Like, I don't know, Nutria or something like that. Where'd my razor go? Here it is. All right, third pass. I do have to consciously work on keeping that blade angle down. You can, and this happens to me with other SE razors, you can open up and have a larger blade angle if you want. But for me, that's often a mistake. You can open it up once you get to like the second and third passes because you've already cut a lot of hair. But for me, often that gives me a little bit of irritation at the end of the shave. And so I've learned in most cases to keep that angle small, and I walk away with a higher degree of comfort. Oh, haha, that's right. Wait, Zesty's here. Cage stevia extract, not. Now, yeah, I'm showing two people. So maybe it's KG and Zesty at the moment. How does it compare to the 1912? I don't even know which razor you're using tonight. The WR3 from Wolfman, on loan from HD Shaves. Um, it is. It seems to my recollection of the 1912. I think this is a little more aggressive than the 1912. I don't recall having to be as careful with the 1912 as I am with this one, but this is quieter and it has a more solid edge. And so at least that aggression is kind of being controlled. Price, I imagine very expensive because it's Wolfman. I haven't actually looked it up. All right, so that's the third pass. Now, yeah, very nice. Very nice. So, man, that's a great base. What a great base. This is not a soap to just sit around and collect as a museum piece. What a great soap. In just a second, I'll sniff the bowl and we'll see if we're able to pick up any of those base notes now. Yeah, it has the chatter. And it's simple physics because as you're moving this across your face, all what can vibrate? Well, anything going along this long, the length allows for more vibration than shortness, and so this is also thin metal, and so it definitely will kind of sing and give audio feedback for you. Some people like it. See, that's the thing. Zesty just said that kind of what I was alluding to. That scrapey sound. Some people really enjoy that part of the shave. And as long as it's accompanied by a comfort and smoothness, I don't mind it too much. Yes, this is not a $10. This Wolfman is not a $10 razor. But yeah, the 1912, that's great. I'm glad. Sometimes you go to a little antique shop and they want to overcharge for vintage razors. Uh-huh. Yeah, Zesty, the sound can tell you how you're doing with your shaving. Yes, sir. Yeah. All right. Get a little rinse. And then the towel. Who knows what this towel is starting to smell like because I have used so many different soaps on it. It's almost like a Franken soap where you take all your samples and you put it all together. And so it can smell like anything at any moment. All right, so let's smell the soap now. Oh yeah, the amber. It's evident now in a small way. I don't know if my nose is good enough to pick it out if I didn't know that it was there, but yeah, I couldn't pick it up before. The jasmine has backed off. The florals have backed off a little bit. Yeah, zesty. Um, I love it when you can walk into an antique shop and have some authority and say, "Listen, this right here, razor. I've seen 8 of these go for $25 on eBay. So you need to lower your price." Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, when they say, "No, I'm going to charge you $40 for my Gillette Tech that's in crappy condition," yeah, then you smugly walk away, right? Yep. Man, that's really pleasant. The apple is still there, just little hints of it, just hints. It's playing with so many other pieces that you don't smell. It doesn't smell like an apple soap, but that's a piece. That's one of the pieces I'm able to pick out. Woodiness. I think there's a little bit of sandalwood and patchouli in here too. I can't really pick out the sandalwood. Hints of the patchouli, I think. Musks. I don't think I'm able to perceive the musks. Could be my COVID nose is not quite fully recovered, but it may be because they're a faint part of the scent. All right, guys. Well, man, this lather was wonderful. Chiseled face, man. What a great job you did with the performance of this lather, the formulation here. And I believe that now at the end of the shave here, we're looking at just my right concentration, having added some water to it. And it was a little thick at first, but you know, we fixed it with use and water and things like that. Look at this huge brush. It's a monster. All right. Very good. Very good. Well, Thanksgiving holidays are coming up next week. I wish you and yours a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday season. If you're in America, if you are somewhere else that has a different holiday this year, I wish you the best at this time of the year. And whatever it is, I hope that friends and family and you all just enjoy time with each other as best you can. While I'm cleaning up a little bit, if anybody wants to jump in with any questions, now's a great time. Oh, and I've got to figure out what aftershave product to use. Oh man, face feels great. KG, yeah, man, it has been fun, very cool. Oh, but yeah, see, that's why I'm here to so that you guys don't have to have a huge razor collection, right? You can live through me just a little bit. How much water did we use? We just ended up with tons of lather. About 23 milliliters of water with a heaping quarter teaspoon of soap. Chiseled face, Zesty. It really did look good. It performed great. It doesn't necessarily feel super creamy in the touch, but everything about it, everything else is wonderful. It is chiseled face. They're the ones who jumped in with Zoologist and did the says, I think it says Zoologist up, yeah, Zoologist up there, Chiseled face down here, and there we go. The ingredients, and I believe this is different than Chiseled Face's regular batch. Um, Start with potassium stearate, then potassium taloate, potassium cocoate, aqua, aloe leaf juice, glycerin, fragrance, potassium castorate, mango butter, sodium lactate, avocado oil, and silk amino acids. So, I mean, just wonderful base here. And this is not even a new base. This is one that's been around for a few years now with this special line. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh man. There are other bases that I think with Chiseled Face, like with Midnight Stag and Ghost Town Barber. I think that's their normal OG base. I think it's slightly different than this one, but it's still very good, very slick, high performance. It's one of those where if I wet it enough to where it feels right with my razor, it doesn't feel quite creamy with my fingers, and so that's why I don't just give it uber high marks, but it's still wonderful. And but where Chiseled Face comes in and blows me away is their scents, like that Ghost Town Barber, really nice. The Sherlock and the Midnight Stag are just scents that you don't see anywhere else. Nobody else has anything like them, and they're wonderful. Just manly, awesome scents. Things like Gearhead and Pine Tar are all parts of the Chiseled Face kind of collection, and I'm a big fan of his nose. Ah, Black Fern. Right now, see, that's a Chiseled Face one that I have not tried. Yeah, cool. That must be a little older one, right? Maybe. Did you see his announcement? I think it was even today. Ron from Chiseled Face got on and talked about the three new soaps. He's got one that's kind of gourmand, like gingerbread and things like that for this season. Another one, don't quite remember what it was. And then the third one was banana. He's making another batch of banana. And he said, again, I don't know why you guys want this. Nobody should buy this. You guys are crazy. Please don't buy it. I don't want you to use this, but here it is. So I just got a real kick out of that. But yeah, Black Fern, I bet that would be good. Okay. Yes. Wow. So I learned today that a lighter handle was it made this razor much more enjoyable. The heavy handle made it made it twist in weird ways that where I felt like I didn't have great control. And that's really the first time that's kind of happened to me, and so that's a good learning thing. You know what? I think that's honestly his opinion, but there are people who just really like it, and you can't get it anywhere else. And I think some people buy it as a novelty, but I think some people legit like it. I mean, what could you pair with banana as a aftershave product that would be awesome? What would match that? Pineapple, maybe. Island Man, from like Sterling. What would be good with banana? Woodiness with banana, maybe. Burned leaves, probably not. You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's an interesting question to think about. Bold, spicy fougere. Okay. You know what? I think I remember a black fern or something like that from LA Shaving Soap Company. Oh, banana and cream. What about, there are coconut aftershave products out there, coconut and cream. Um, what about the banana with a follow up of an almond marzipan, cella, type of scent? That could possibly work. See, you're thinking excellent thoughts. Very good. And again, especially for you, Zesty, we'll disassemble this guy so you can see the makeup of the WR3. This is a T-BAM handle. titanium, so it's kind of light. So this was the fourth shave of this blade. And so there's the underside of the top cap, top part. Um, I think that's right. I think Chiseled Face did kind of pick up Lasco's. That's probably right. I know somebody did, and I bet it was Chiseled Face. That's probably where that came from. And you can see how the blade, the business end of the blade sits flat, but the back, the spine actually is up in the air inside the construction of the head here. The little nylon washer dropped. All right, so we'll put this safely away. And so then here's the base plate. It has a little post there to go in the middle, in the hole for the SE blades. And then with the key here is to put the edge of the blade in these corner stops here first, and then lay the blade down, and then that will kind of snap into the center hole. And there we go. It is zesty. It really is well made. As you might, I mean, as you know that Wolfman is going to do. You just have full faith that if he's going to do it, it's really well made. Yes, sir. All right. Well, that was fun to bring to you guys. Man, I just enjoy that Thader so much. Um, yeah, yeah. I wonder if James particularly likes single edge shaving. And because of that desire, was it his desire that prompted the making of that WR3? Or have people been, just really hammering him with requests? I wonder. Because, yeah, I could see if I was in his place and I knew how to make great razors, I would be working up an SE if I was an SE fan. I sure would. Hey, Walden is here. You are joining right at the very end, my friend. I just finished everything. Today I used the WR3 from Wolfman. I've got a couple of shaves with it that are going to be coming up on my channel. But because of the delay, those were pre-recorded. Those were recorded a couple days ago. And since this one live, this is actually coming to you before those. And so those are on their way to you guys in the next couple of days. Yeah, KG, single edges really are great shavers. Thanks to folks like HD Shaves and razors like this. I really got to enjoy those. I think I probably enjoy the 1912s and the razors like this a little better than the WR3, just because of what I'd like to experience during the shave. But this is a nice shaver. This might be, the issue might just be the aggression. If there were a more mild base plate by a tiny bit, then I think I could really enjoy this guy for sure. The Gem really are a niche shaving style. Yeah, yeah, they do shave very nicely. So polish that guy back up a little bit. So that's the WR3 from Wolfman on a T-band handle. And we used my Mega Mondo Beast brush, the 35 millimeter Thader 2-band. Wonderful experience. Agree. With the push button, it takes more thought and a little bit more care with your speed and your control. Yeah, yeah. They're nice. They're nice razors, man. It's so great that a lot of times you can buy a handful of razors on eBay, and something like this is going to be in there. A tech might be in there. A um, a new might be in there, and all of those are wonderful shavers, and for pittance, for just not very much at all. This okay aftershave product. What a This is just a nice scent. It doesn't Smells super oriental. I'm really, oh, my face, it's left a nice feeling, like a silky kind of feeling on my face. Not overdone, but definitely there. What do I feel like smelling like? I have a comfortable face. I don't feel like I need to use a balm or anything like that. And so um, why not go for another one that I enjoy, the American Blend from Fine Accoutrements. I'm a fan of this one. I think it's a clone of Yves Saint Laurent, Rive Gauche, if I'm pronouncing everything properly. Oh yeah, smooth skin. Nice, close cut. There we go. That'll smell good as I finish up today's labors. All right, that's it, folks. Very cool to talk with you today. And I think we're good. Brush was wonderful. We were using the Panda soap. The scent was from Zoologist. The soap base was from Chiseled Face. And man, it made a great lather. Tons of lather was made from a little bit less than a half teaspoon. And since I was using the big brush, I used a little bit more than I thought I needed, and I didn't need to use more. I could have used a quarter teaspoon and been just fine. Um, I didn't want to get that big brush all up in this, so I scooped it. And this is a scent that uh, it's so well done. Yes, Oriental scent. Yes, sir. It's classified as an Oriental. Again, the notes, it's got bamboo in there. I got a little bit of tea, osmanthus, magnolia, lily, mandarin are kind of the top notes. Then the bamboo and green leaves kind of start to come out in the middle. And then little hints behind those are jasmine, amber, and musks. And indeed, those were, the jasmine was pretty easy to perceive. So it may have been a little bit more than a hint, but it never became feminine at all. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Um, but the musks were almost imperceptible. The amber did show up more toward the end of the shave, to my nose at least. It's designed to be a tranquil oasis. The first bits of the florals and the mandarin are designed to be happy and joyful. So those are Christian Carbonell is the creator of the scent. So from Zoologist. So very cool. Um, that's all right. That's all right. Um, it's okay showing up late. No problem. KG, thank you so much for joining. Zesty, Walden, very awesome to have you guys here. Enjoy your shaves as well. We got a holiday weekend next weekend, but we're going to be traveling next week. It'll be a lot of fun. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Now, jasmine can be ladylike if it's grouped with certain things, but I have had it in some other where some woody pieces and patchouli and other parts where the jasmine's there, but it's a neat little piece of something bigger instead of being a dominant feminine note. So yeah, that's even nicer when it reminds you of home or where you're from. Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I always do travel shaves. When you see me with that green wall behind me that may have an air vent or something, or a white door on one side of me, that's another relative's house. That's when I'm traveling. Oh yeah, see, zesty. Honeysuckle is like that with me. I'm in the South, and we have honeysuckle a lot of places. And there's a certain time of the year where that honeysuckle has come to bloom, and that scent. Yeah, you're walking around and you catch it. It's a really cool thing. I enjoy that. All right, my friends, I think it's time to shut her down. Got some packing and a little bit of work to do tonight. It's been wonderful. Oh, hot summer night. Yeah, I can see that. Man, you guys say interesting stuff when I'm trying to shut down. It really has been a blast talking with you guys. All right. This is me, Sugar Daddy Shaves. I hope there's been something in this shave to help you guys out if you're watching the recorded one later. Thanks to Zachary and Jay and Alex and and Zesty and Walden and all you guys for a KG. Um, Refined Edge was able to join us as well. You guys, in Walden's terms, take it easy. Very cool. All right, you guys. Good night.